Taurus, this is your week ahead tarot card reading by Born Without Boundaries Tarot. This is a message for Taurus, Sun, Moon, and Rising sign. It's an energy reading, guys, so please take it where and how it resonates in your life. This is your message. Taurus, know that this reading comes to you when you call it into you. So it's a timeless message. You only receive it when you're ready to receive the message within it. Let's get to, this could mean healing, but it does mean purging some toxins or making a quick strike. So we're going to figure that one out. Taurus, if you haven't yet, please remember to subscribe to this YouTube channel. And also ring that notification bell so that you know when I upload your favorite content. There's no real schedule anymore over here, but there are 12 videos every single week, and there's a new Taurus video every single week. So if you enjoy them and you subscribe, you can get notified. So Taurus, if you have deeper needs, so you have a concern that's pressing on you and you just need actual personal answers, I do personal readings as well. Check out my website for the service that works best for you, and you can book and schedule whatever works for you at your convenience. So we're almost there. Taurus, let's get another card too to begin. Taurus. Okay, we're gonna get right to it. Almost there. You ready? We're going to leave that one there too because it clearly needed to come out. Taurus. Okay. Let's go. Taurus, Sun, Moon, Rising sign. God, what do you need Taurus to know? What can you tell them? What do they need to hear for peace in their lives, prosperity, and progress? Okay. Snake, 55. This is change. Because 5 plus 5 equals up to 10. So something is finished and something is done, but there needs to be a change in order to release it and to move on from it. It often does imply toxicity because of the snake's bite. But there is also a sense of healing about this. As a totem, snake does usually represent medicine. So there's this sense of being done with something, being ready to be done with something, being ready to make peace with something and heal. So that's what came out first. And then we had this other card, Believe in Yourself, which I got a peek of. And this is sort of a beginning, or it's a process. It's Virgo energy, so it's cultivating, it's step by step, and believing that you're worth it enough to understand that when you really believe in yourself, then Taurus, you're able to allow things to move slow. So there is this sense of maybe getting back to work and also healing. So Virgo energy is also healing energy. So it's taking the road back, taking the steps back to healing and purging toxins or getting just the crap out of your life. But like I was saying, when you actually believe in yourself, you don't need the instantaneous gratification of immediate success. There is that sense of you've been cultivating something, you've been working on something, or what you're doing is working on something in order to create healing or a healthier environment. Could be with your body, could be with your relationship, could be with your work. But whatever it is, this is the focus of your week and how the energy is being used. We have set healthy boundaries, so this is part of the strategy for this week. And listen, you cannot have a healthy system if there are no boundaries. If you understand just basic biology, you'll know that cells without boundaries are cancerous. like that's what happens to them. They can't stop producing. They overproduce. It's just a toxicity that happens, and then they smother each other, and they sort of, that's what cancer cells do. They eat up all the nutrients from around the healthy cell. They gorge themselves. They're gluttonous, and it robs the rest of the body of nutrients that it needs. So you need to set healthy boundaries in your life. This is a strategy for this week, and this is what you're probably doing. This is not so much a warning as a solution that's coming to you straight from spirit, enabling you and encouraging you to go ahead and put up those boundaries so that whatever hard work you're doing, in order to heal, it doesn't drip out, it doesn't spill out, or other people don't get to come in and take it away from you. So this is also very important to know. Then we also have love is all around. So this is foundational energy. Let me just say this. This is a week of healing. In order to heal, I think the first step then is to make sure the boundaries are established. And once you start to establish boundaries, the healing will start to begin. And then we have love is all around. So this is Gemini energy. It's playful. It's kind words. People are speaking well of you. People are speaking well of you, but you got to keep the snakes out. There's a lot of people who will speak well of you, and even if they mean it sincerely, you really have to vet who the quality is. So there's a lot of beautiful abundance coming towards you this week. What you've got to do is make sure that you don't rush into something. You continue to take things slow in order to enable yourself to make the healthiest choice and not the impulsive choice, and maintain your standards. So things are on the up and up. There are a lot of blessings around, but when you're flying high, everybody wants to fucking be around you, right? And that's a problem, because that's when you really got to be good at vetting the energies you let into your personal space and who you allow to share your energy with. So now let's get into tarot. What the heck is all this about? There's a lot of flattery here. That's what just came through. A lot of people are going to try to flatter you. And this doesn't mean that you don't deserve the flattery. You can deserve the flattery and accept the flattery and say, you know what, Taurus, this is awesome. But at the same time, not believe that I'm your best friend. Right? So it's really very, very practical energy here. Justice has come out. Justice for heavy burdens. So what you want to do is look for people who work as hard as you do. That's what you want to point out. You don't want to get around people who are going to put more burdens on you. And this could be a week where decisions come through, or a justification finally comes through. Justification meaning a balancing comes through for putting too much weight on your shoulders. Now, the 10 of Wands is suggestive of you have taken it all on yourself. And this is when you start to realize, I can't do that anymore. This is when I start to realize that I've got to make better choices with regards to all the work I've taken on. Okay, so that gives us a really direct message. And then we have Knight of Wands. This is usually a randy-dandy. This is somebody who is relatively attractive, but they're immature in that they are very impulsive. And this knight is very good at just being passionate and going after his pursuits. And that's fantastic. But they're also a very fucking selfish energy, because they really just all are at the stage in their life. This is usually a younger person. They're just all about themselves. This is kind of how we are between the ages of 18 and 20, early 20s, mid 20s, because it's young adulthood. It's this sense of, I know who I am, I know what I want, and I don't have anything to stop me. And it's that's great, and that's true. And if this is your energy, I don't think this is your energy. I think this is the energy of somebody who is extraordinarily immature still and very selfish, and it's not like they're doing anything malefic to you. And that's what I wanted to point out, Taurus. I'm glad that we're having this conversation, because it's not that anybody's doing, this person, maybe some people they're not doing anything bad to you, but they're just in it for their own pleasure right now. And or you're rushing into something, or there's a temptation to rush into something because of sexual desire or impulsivity, and you've taken on a lot of stress to try to justify it, when in reality it was just you're reacting to your pleasure centers. So that's something that you have to become aware of as well, Taurus. Because something here is bound to not work out, or like Cancer, something here, Seven of Pentacles. This is kind of cancerous energy. It's you're looking at this and you're trying to weed out the bad stuff, or you're trying to decide, okay, why hasn't this crop worked for me? I'm sitting here, I'm working hard, but my hard work doesn't seem to be getting anywhere. I think this has got to do with letting a lot of people, or letting someone into your life that is using your space and energy and taking on too many burdens to justify them. It's almost like, in some ways, Taurus, this is really good insight, because you're justifying them. This could be Piscean energy, okay? This could be a father figure. There's Pisces energy on the table. Somebody's feelings are here, but they don't necessarily share them. They're very back down, and I think there's feelings here that you don't understand or do not see. This could also be somebody who is highly impactful or effective in manipulating other people's emotions while keeping their emotions close to their chest. This is very scorpionic energy. So it's like, I want to know everything about what you feel. Share with me your secrets, but I'm not going to share with you. So please be very aware of that energy, because there's somebody that's hiding a lot of who they are, or a lot of how they feel, and maybe they don't have, or they're in some ways trying to keep a mystery around themselves, right? Let's get a moon card. Let's get a moon card. Taurus. We have surrender to the divine. Something's on the table here about around the full moon. There's a full moon that's coming up on 24th or 25th. I still have to check that. 24th or 25th, the full moon is here. Surrender to the divine, meaning feelings. This is also the moon card, however, so this could be psychic connection or psychic energy. It could be that you are surrendering to, it's almost like there's insights here. There's psychic insights here. Believe them even if you don't know them or understand yet, because somehow intuitively you already know why something isn't working out, or that you're going to be overworked for some reason. So let's get into that reason. I think that's very healthy. So can you tell me, God, what is this moon? There's a lot of moon energy here, and I need it clarified. Are these secrets? What is this? Judgment here. Okay. Okay, that's good. Some sort of judgment here. And then we have Two of Wands and the Sun. I think you're making a judgment that's going to surprise a lot of people. Right? You're going to surprise a lot of people about what you reveal about yourself, or where you're attracted to, or what you think is appealing or desirable. Because the judgment is going to take like a hard left or a hard right, this sense of, but it's a good judgment in that it's moving forward, a judgment to chase your career, be confident, maybe make the next move. I think it could surprise a lot of people, and this has definitely been building up inside of somebody for a while, and ultimately that's what may be acted upon this week. The moon card is that I don't think people expected you to be happy in this way, or to make or to have feelings this way, but there is some sense of real attractiveness here, something that's kind of pulling you in, or a decision that you made to sort of be seen as something, or come out and be seen as something, or reveal something about yourself. But once again, not a bad choice. It's almost like you're taking leadership, or you're really confident about something, and that's maybe surprising people, but it is sort of changing the trajectory, or something out of left field. Even though it may not feel that way to you, I think people would feel that way about you. So what do you want Taurus to do, God, as we move into the future? There's some sort of heartbreak here and disappointment. Maybe you didn't expect heartbreak and disappointment about or with regards to a Queen of Wands. Either somebody that you have a lot of respect for or look up to a lot, or this has got to do with that Leo energy. A decision that maybe this person made to go into a different direction or to take a different course of action. So what do you want Taurus to do? Stay put? What? What do you want Taurus to do, God? So what the answer is here, Six of Wands is stay put. This is about not being able to move forward, being stuck down with worries or bogged down with worries. And then we have the Three of Wands, which implies something that you invested a lot of time in and thought would be worth a lot. Now it seems like it's not, or something has gotten stuck. It's almost like in some ways this week you may be tempted to react to something or get yourself into something or open yourself up to something because something else that you really wanted or were hoping for didn't work out. And that's why you've got to really hold true to your standards and not settle, because this is a long game, not a short game. And maybe you aren't meant to win or experience the win this week, Taurus. But if you stick to your guns and your, I think, original plan, that's what's going to take you to the win. But if you bear to a quick left or quick right, maybe because this is an impulsivity, this sense of but I want some happiness. It's like you're in some ways being led astray by your own desperation for an answer or a solution or satisfaction. And that's not a good idea. I think that will make you even more stuck and put a lot of more burdens on your back. I hope that makes sense. So what do you want Taurus to choose? There's some sort of like robbing Peter to pay Paul, having to balance out finances, or simply changing your value. What you value is changing. And then we have Ace of Wands. So honestly, it's not going to be that much longer that things will be kind of hairy for you and difficult to deal with, because you've got the Ace of Wands, which is actually a new option and a new interest that is coming in. And ultimately, somebody's going to change and somebody's going to surprise you. So don't take all these burdens on. And then we have this, the Ace of Swords, which comes out usually when God's like, you're right, Michelle. It comes out sometimes for me to say you hit the nail on the head. So it's like clarity. Fantastic. Whatever it is I just said, because I have a hard time remembering what I'm saying when I'm channeling. But ultimately know that God doesn't want you to put too much stock into someone or something right now, because they will flip-flop and they will change on you. And even though it may not be a betrayal, it will leave you kind of, burdened. It will. So there's clarity here on the situation, realizing this truth, and then having the patience and the fortitude to wait just a bit. So what's the clarity? What's the timeline here? I guess is really what I want to ask. Taurus needs to know. What's the timeline here? Aries season begins March 22nd. It is February 15th. This is about being forthright, being individualistic, being competent, or you're dealing with an Aries. If you're dealing with an Aries in particular, they're not going to please you or fulfill you as much as you hope they are. You may feel like they're making you really happy now, but it's not going to be very long lasting. So it's like, don't get tempted this week by instantaneous gratification. Keep things slow and steady and for the long haul. Because it seems like there's kind of a mess that you may have gotten yourself into simply because you allowed yourself to give too much credit to somebody who didn't deserve it. And that's where the disappointment and heartache is coming in. right? Or not feeling very fulfilled with what you are or who you are. And because of that, maybe getting into something that you're like even the next day you're starting to regret. At which case, at least it's a wake-up call. And if you could get out of it or decide this is a stupid idea, even if I have to take a hit to my pride, I actually would. Because something new is coming in and it's not that far away. And you don't have to wait much longer for it. Probably Aries season. I don't think it's not just 9 days. End of the month. What is Aries season? Month and a half. Let's go to the extended. I'll see you guys there. Bye, Taurus.